So I hear that you are going to be playing today with the ever-important Flawed Bell. How do you feel about that? What is your name, and how are you going to approach this?
Well, my given name is Ares Belafonte. People often ask if that's my real name. It is, in fact, my given Christian name. My loving parents gave to me before they passed in a tragic lorry accident. When I received word from the Flawed Bell that they wished to collaborate, I was very excited, and I hopped the pond, as it were, here to the colonies as quickly as I could to make sure that could happen.
So you say that you've never seen them at all. How have you come across their music?
Well, I'm aware that their main presence is on a kind of audio-visual presentation, and in fact some of their performances, I would say, hazard to say most, rely heavily on a video, there's a very visual portion. I'm very excited to see that. I have only heard recordings on that recordings that were bootlegged by a friend of mine and brought to me. He played them. We both did in an heroic amount of cocaine, and then he played these recordings for me, and it may have been the cocaine, but they sounded amazing, and I said, I need to meet these blokes. So he put me in touch with Mr. Belafonte, who in turn spoke to his partner in crime, Mr. Bell, and they contacted me through the mail. So I will not know what they look like until Mr. Bell gives me the sign, which he said would be a hearty punch to the gut. But I'm hoping
that sounds dangerous.
I'm aware that he's a large man. I've heard he probably will hurt a bit, but I consider it my initiation into the Flawed Bell experience.
I find it strange that your name also incorporates the word bell.
I believe that is why they allowed me to collaborate with them. I don't think they're aware of my work. You might not know me so well over here in the States because I'm mainly a kind of avant-garde act. I get all the time mobbed. I'm very famous in London. I'm perpetually mobbed by paparazzi, the staccarazzi, and they're always asking me, Ares, you're so pretentious, you know, you book yourself as a sort of rock and roll heavy metal act, and then you purposefully bill yourself and try to get booked in these venues which specialize in very heavy guttural metal, and then you go on stage and proceed to play usually a series of ironically arranged 1980s dance hits, and you have affected a very unconvincing English accent, and you are constantly holding a fag, although no one has ever seen you take a puff.
So they think you're an act.
They think I'm pretentious, yes. And they often ask me, don't you get beaten up a lot? To which I respond, no. No, of course. My parents named me after the bloody god of war. I have nunchucks in the boot of my auto.
Now you do realize that they use some pretty unconventional instruments. Do you have anything planned that's out of the ordinary, or are you going to stick to standard instruments or vocalizers?
I brought along a couple of my old standbys, my melodica, and a couple of auxiliary percussion instruments. But I've also prepared a few improvised sort of performance art elements that I hope to bring along, and then maybe the mood will strike me for something off the cuff.
Well, the reason I'm concerned is because it takes the video aspect of their performances is quite important, and having not seen that, you're opening yourselves up to a very bizarre circle. There's a certain sense of performance art that they have that is far different from anything that I think you may have ever witnessed. So are you prepared to maybe go up to your face in a pool of blood? Are you prepared to scale the side of a building? Are you prepared to neuter a cat?
I'm prepared to bite off the head of a horse and then regurgitate it into one or both of their mouths.